morning, dear friends. I hope everyone is active and connected for the session today. Very good morning, dear friends. I hope everyone is active and connected for the session today. Very good morning, dear friends. I hope everyone is active and connected for the session today. Very good morning, dear friends.
Yes, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am. This is Dr. Robin.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you, ma'am?
Good, sir. Good, G. Good. A hearty and warm good morning to all present. I hope this FDP has set the thought process of all towards NEP 2020. Liberalization, privatization, and globalization knocked the Indian doors in the year 1991. But for almost 3 decades, this advent was limited to the realms of business world. We have no doubt gained a lot from it, but at the loss of cultural ethos. Come 2020, the government enlisted its vision to match global education by launching NEP 2020, where we shall be following almost the same system of education that is followed in the Western world. The only icing on the cake is that talks of focusing on cultural, regional languages, and so on. Only the future will tell us where this new policy would lead us. For today's session, we have Dr. C.R. Rene Robin, Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering and Dean Innovations at Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, Chennai. His areas of interest are ontological engineering, knowledge management, and e-learning. He has guided 10 PhDs and 5 are currently enrolled with him. He has to his credit 2 books and 75 publications in national and international journals and conferences. Today, Sir will be discussing with us on interplay of technology in education in light of the National Education Policy. We welcome you, sir, to the realms of Khalsa College for Women. Over to you, sir.
Good morning. I will share my screen. Kindly confirm. Kindly make me as co-host and enable me to share my screen, please. Could you please confirm my screen is shared? Could you please, Deepti ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Could you please confirm that my screen is shared and my audio and video?
Yes, sir. We can see your screen.
Yeah. Shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very, very good morning to all. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you so much for the invitation I have received from Khalsa College of Women, Ludhiana, to discuss the topic on NEP 2020, National Education Policy 2020, in the play of technology and education. And I really congratulate and wish the team has taken the wonderful initiative of taking this topic. And we recently celebrated the 1 year completion of the NEP. 1 minute. The completion of 1 year, and our country is being benefited through this national education policy. And with respect to technology and education, we are going to discuss today the connection and how these are complementing with each other. We are going to discuss today. When we talk about the technology and education, so what is linking or what is connecting the technology and education is industry. So we will start our presentation with the industrialization. You know, the industrialization has started the moment we have invented wheel. So industry 1.0 is all about mechanization, steam power and water power. And we moved from industry 1.2 in industry 2.0, where we were concentrating much on mass production, assembly line and electricity. Then we moved from industry 3.0, where computer and automation came to picture, and industry 4.0, fiber physical systems. So now we are slowly moving from industry 4.0 to industry 5.0. So when we look back our education policy, so we were waiting for 34 long years for this new educational policy, the National Education Policy 2020. This happened 34 years before the I could say that the architect of modern India, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, was the prime minister in 1986. They have made a reformation education system when Sri P.V. Narasimha Rao was the HR minister and Sri Rajiv Gandhi was the prime minister of the country. So we were waiting for 34 years for the national education policy due to a lot of maybe the political instability is one of the reasons for this long wait for the national education policy, the new education policy of India released in the year 2020. And some of the highlights today I will start my presentation with highlighting the silent futures of national education policy. And the 10+2 system will be divided into 5+3+3+4 format. And budget for education got increased from 4.43% to 6.6%. And all courses will be available in regional languages. India is maintaining its democracy because of its mantra, universe in diversity. So we are maintaining this. We have a lot of religions, we have a lot of languages, we have a lot of the caste and so many divisions. But in spite of all these things, India is still maintaining its democracy for the past 75 years is really highly remarkable. And keeping this in mind, the language should not be a barrier. So National Education Policy 2020 is concentrating on the regional languages. And a single common entrance examination for all colleges with a lot of opposition and both positive and negative. NEET examination has been successfully implemented in India. And similarly, the government of India is planning for the common entrance examination for the college admissions and coding lessons available from class 6. You need not wait for a student coming to college to learn code. Even it can be, because automation and computer or the languages are playing vital role in any modernization. So this kind of things must be inculcated among the students when they were in the schools. So now hard divide in streams and college to become interdisciplinary courses. So these are all the um, uh, basic highlights of the national education policy. Okay. And so we were waiting the long wait after 34 years. Anyway, this national education policy, new education policy, debatable topics. Being an academician, we have to take the positive aspects, and we need to take, we always need to be an optimistic person. So any new reformation, not only in education policy, anywhere, if you bring some kind of reformation, there will be, it's a kind of two sides of a coin, and there will be negative, there will be positive. And being an academician, I encourage you and every academicians assembled here in the virtual faculty development program, take it in a positive way, be more optimistic. And the 3 years of the going little deeper into the NEP 2020, 3-year and 4-year degree programs they're offering, recommending. And anyway, we in the earlier system also we have 3 years to 4 years degree program. And after completing 4 years degree program can go for research. Now there is a barrier for going for research, PG, UG, then PG, opposite. So after completing the 4 years degree program, student can go to the research. It's another advantage of the national education policy. And multiple entry and multiple exit is allowed. You know, it is not rigid. The system is not rigid. I always say that even the Indian constituency is flexible in nature. Wouldn't we have flexibility in education system? This is my I always raise this question, and I got answer from this national education policy. We were so rigid of maintaining our systems and so on. But this education policy is giving this drafted very flexible, and it is 100% student centric, and it allowed between highly accredited institutions. We'll start with, so multiple entry and multiple exit are allowed, and no compromise on quality. No compromise on quality. Okay, so we have to ensure that being a teacher and education institution, we have to ensure the quality, and we should not compromise the quality. We must be very flexible. We can be very flexible, but in the same time, compromising, there is no compromising at all. And students can earn credit from any institutions and claim a degree. So the highest advantage of this degree, say for example, a family may be in Chennai for 2 years, and the student got enrolled in an institution in Chennai, and suddenly due to some reasons they may relocate in their place from Chennai to Ludhiana, and the student can continue his program at Ludhiana, remaining credits he earned from the institutions at Ludhiana, and from where he earned the maximum credits, he can go and claim his degree. This is another advantage for students. So students can earn credit from any institution and claim degree. And if you take the statistics says that 2018 statistics say that the gross enrollment ratio for higher education is 26%. Okay, so this national education policy is targeting increase 50% by 2035. Okay, and there are 3 kinds of institutions are recommended. One is the intensive university, both the teaching and research will be there, and a teaching university where you will get only PG program and a research program. And the institutions can go for autonomous with degree awarding status. We call it as autonomous degree awarding college, where they can run UG, PG, and research program. So this way, the institutions where will be categorized. So look back to our origin. So at the time of independence, India had 20 universities and 695 colleges. Only 20 universities and 675 colleges. Now the first educational minister, Mr. Maulana Abul Kalam Azad, when his recommendation was, I always think about a lot about his vision, and the media film instruction must be in English, and but they have not followed it, and the various provisions has been given, flexibility has been given in educational institutions. And today we have around 800 universities, whereas colleges have increased to more than 45,000 to 50,000 institutions we have in India. Out of the 45,000 institutions, 37% belong to arts and humanities, commerce and management studies, and 16% of the institutions are teaching engineering and technology, and 4% of the institutions are education institutions running B.Ed, Bachelor of Education and Master of Education, and so on. And 4% of the institutions are medical institute, and 2% of institutions are law institute, and 0.5% agriculture college, 0.1% veterinary college, and others 1%. So this is how we have categorized the institutions. So this is what the strength of our institutions. So all over around 50,000 institutions we have with 800 universities as of now. Okay. And the why this kind of initiatives, why the institution is conducting this kind of faculty, why this kind of empowerment programs are required, why this kind of the reformations are required. So there is a statement. So it looks, maybe it looks very funny, but it makes you realize a lot. Okay. So there's a saying about the institutions in India that 18th century, so institutions in India have 18th century infrastructure, 19th century faculty trying to prepare 21st century graduates with the 20th century syllabus. So this is what a gap, even may have to witness somewhere. We cannot say that all the institutions, all the 45,000 institutions are equipped with the latest infrastructure, highly qualified faculty members, the updated syllabus. You and me cannot give any guarantee for that. Am I right? Yes or no? If you agree my statement, you can type yes or you can type no. Could you please respond? I just want to know whether the participants are very active. Deepthi madam has responded, yes sir, yes. Yes. Gagna Preet, yes sir. Any other response? We have around 50 participants. We have around 50 participants. Could you please show your voting? You can tell whether the statement is. I will display the statement once again and I will come back to you. This is what the statement: 18th century infrastructure and 19th century faculty trying to prepare 21st century graduates with the 20th century syllabus. Okay. If you are agreeing this statement, you can type yes in the chat box. Yes. Grewal, yes, yes. Manpreet Kaur, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Any other response? Active participants. Anangsha, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Any other response? I have received around 5 to 8, 5 to 7, 1, 2. Let me count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5. Only 5. 10% of the participants are responding. What about others? Yes, Dr. Monita. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. Again, Gurleen Gaur. Yes, sir. Yes. Any other response? I got 7 responses out of 50 participants. So morning, I think you are all very vibrant. Okay. Am I right? Yes. Could you please respond? Yeah, Bhavani madam. Yes, thank you. Yes, I have Sandeep, sir. Yes, I have around a 20% response with this. I'm just moving with your confirmation. My dear faculty members, it is our responsibility to disprove this statement. You and me are here, and you and me, it is in the hand of you and me. How we are equipped, how we are enabled, how we are empowered will definitely disprove this statement. We are living in 21st century. We are facing 21st century students every day, and it is our responsibility to bring 21st century infrastructure in the campus. And we have to say that yes, I am not 19th century faculty. I am 21st century faculty, and our syllabus must be updated to meet the expectation of the industry. So all these parameters must be converted to 26, not 18th century infrastructure. We have to fight for it to bring 21st century infrastructure in the campus, and 21st century faculty member, and 21st century syllabus. Okay, so you and me have to teach in an environment where we have 21st century infrastructure, and with 25 surrounded with 21st century faculty members, and meeting the graduates are preparing 21st century graduates with 21st century syllabus. Okay, so these are all the programs will definitely help you to bring reformation in. So the NEP is very strong, but how we implement is very important. But implementation, the responsibility of not only the responsibility of the institution, is the responsibility of the individual faculty members. How we are equipped, how we are empowered, how we are trained, how much you are technology oriented, um, faculty member. Okay, these workshops and faculty development program will definitely will make you a better teacher. Okay, we will serve some of the fundamental principles of the policy. Here we'll start with the emphasis on conceptual understanding. You know, our education system, the whatever the students will study, they will rewrite and they will reproduce in the paper, and we will correct it. And it is purely based on mark oriented. Our traditional conventional education ecosystem is always encouraging us to get more marks, but it is we can call it as a rote learning and learning for exams. Okay, so students, you have to tell the students to learn. Okay, learning is not happening at all, my dear faculty members. We are making them to study. There's a lot of difference between studying and learning. Okay, I would like to say a small example and to understand study and learning. Okay, so we are all studied 10th standard. Am I right? 10th grade. Okay, and some of you would have scored good marks in mathematics. Okay, let me get your 10th grade mathematics mark. If you remember, kindly type it in the chat box. If you remember, kindly type it in the chat box. If you remember your 10th standard or 10th grade mathematics mark. Oh, Deepthi madam, 100 out of 100. Very good. Okay, applause. Yes. And then one more 100. Who is that? Manpreet Gaur, 100. Then Vade, wow, 98. Wow. Then Aurora, okay, 97, 95. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot reveal my mark right now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to reveal my mark. Okay. But anyway, I'm very happy to be interacting with highly intelligent. Okay. Let me ask the same question. Let me ask one question. I will give the same question paper to you. And how many of you will get the same mark again? I will give you the, if you can score the same mark, type yes, otherwise no. If I give the same question paper, no, yes. Monita ma'am, no, yes, no, no. This is what the this is what studying. Since you have studied, yes, because I love mathematics. Deepthi ma'am, you are exceptional. You are exceptional. Okay, yes. Then I'll come to the definition for learning. Okay, most of you would have learned how to ride bicycle in the 9th standard or 10th standard. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, even assume that there is no touch of riding bicycles because of this modernization. you would have bought two-wheeler or car. Maybe some of you would have the Audi car and the Lamborghini car and the Ferrari car. Okay, so there a situation is coming that again you are supposed to ride the bicycle. Could you able to ride the bicycle? Could you able to ride the bicycle? Even after 10 years or 15 years, if I give the same bicycle to you, yes, Monita. Yes, yes, Dr. Monita has answered yes, 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 yes. Everybody's answer is yes. That is the power of learning. My dear faculty members, if you study, you'll forget. If you learn, 10th standard, you studied mathematics, except Deepthi madam. Deepthi madam learned mathematics, okay? We all studied mathematics. That's what, since we studied, we are not able to get the same mark again after 10 years. Since we learned how to ride bicycle, even after 10 years, there is no touch. There is no touch. We can get the same, we can able to ride the bicycle. Okay, this is the power of learning. So the NAC and NBA, we have a phrase called teaching learning. It is not teaching studying, but still we are making them to study. Okay, our examination, we were focusing on, since we are concentrating on the traditional conventional educational ecosystem, we give most important for studying. Okay, so for examination, learning for examination. So the NEP is giving a wonderful platform for everyone for conceptual understanding. Conceptualize, we have to very strong. Creativity, critical thinking to encourage logical decision making and innovation. I can say that I'm being a Dean Innovation. I have been appointed as Dean Innovation in December 2020. I could say that I am the first Dean Innovation in the country. And most of the institutions were not focusing on innovation. I thank our chairman, Dr. Sai Prakar Liomuthu, has created a platform for promoting innovation, and he appointed me as Dean Innovation, and we are successfully running. I will share some of the successful stories with you at the end of my presentation. I have made a small research, and it is my observation that engineering is all about, higher education is all about critical thinking and design thinking. But nowhere we are teaching, it is not part of a curriculum. Creativity, critical thinking, design thinking, we totally forgot. Okay, so but this NEP, National Education Policy, is paving a way for creativity, critical thinking, design thinking, decision making, logical design making, and innovation. Okay, and extensive use of technology in teaching and learning, removing language barriers, increasing access for the devout students. I can say that some students are not able to hear, not able to speak properly, and educational planning and management. Okay, so a lot of it is providing a way for the technologies. These technologies are integrated with teaching and learning. It is removing a lot of barriers we faced during the conventional educational ecosystem. And outstanding research as a corpus for outstanding education and deployment. And we were not focused much on research, though we have a lot of institutions, lot of higher education institutions. We were not performed up to the expected level. And continuous review of progress based on sustained research and regular assessment by educational experts. You could see that higher educational department, the IIC and ARIA are witnessing that how they are reviewing it. And some of the major problems currently faced by the higher education institutions are a severely fragmented higher education system. We don't have a single umbrella, and we even at the central level or at the state level, the institutions or the education system is totally fragmented, and less emphasis on the development of cognitive skills and learning outcomes. Okay, we were not bothered about the outcomes. The recent days, you could have noticed the accreditation bodies, the statutory bodies are asking the outcome based. We are all talking about outcome based, outcome based. Conducting a program is not an, but what is the outcome is, we are bothered about the outcome, not the execution, mere execution. The rigid separation of disciplines with early specialization and streaming of students into narrow areas of study. Even the students, I am working in engineering college, mechanical students will not mingle with computer science and engineering students. Electronics and the electrical and electronics students will not mingle with artificial intelligence students. Okay, they themselves put some iron bar between them, and this kind of things will be removed in national education policy. And limited access, particularly in socio-economically disadvantaged area, the few higher education that teach the local languages, and the limited teacher and institutional autonomy. So the autonomy is very, very less, and all fixed, the syllabus fixed, the systems are very rigid and fixed. So it limits the teachers and the educational institutions. Inadequate mechanism for the merit-based career management and professional for faculty and institution leaders, and lesser emphasis on research at most universities and colleges, the lack of competitive peer research funding across disciplines, then suboptimal governance and leadership in higher education system, ineffective regulatory systems, large affiliating university resulting in low standards of undergraduate education system. So if you look at the outcome of the students, we couldn't meet the expectation, or we couldn't beat in the global ranking also. These are all some of the disadvantages we have faced. And what is national education policy? They envisions they following the key areas to current situations. Okay, moving towards multidisciplinary universities and colleges. And for our convenience, we have separated the universities as technological universities, and there is a body for monitoring the activities. And we were having the medical universities, separate medical university campus, and very rare to see a campus with multidisciplinary. See, the universities concentrating on arts and science, they won't offer engineering, they won't offer medical courses. Okay, so these kind of barriers will be removed, and multidisciplinary universities and colleges will come, and moving towards more multidisciplinary undergraduate education, and moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy. And not only the institution, even the faculty must. If you look at the abroad universities, the faculty have the full control of assessing and evaluating everything. So here we don't have, we are afraid of the system, not afraid of our conscience. More than, so what is expected is we need to fight for our conscience. Our conscience is more important than the system. But we are trained for the past. We have been trained to fight about for the system, not the conscience. Okay, consciousness. We have the consciousness, and revamping curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment, and student support, and everything need to be revamped. That's what I said. We have the 19th century syllabus and 20th century syllabus, and that is not helping the students much. And reaffirming the integrity of faculty and institutional leadership position, establishment of a national research foundation. Okay, so I will talk about national research foundation in the future slides. And the governance of higher education by independent boards having academic and administrator autonomy, light but tight regulation by a single regulator for higher education, then increased access, equality, and inclusion. English study, and equality education for everybody. It is ensured that it is available for all. So as I mentioned earlier, it is all about the student-centric. I could say that more student-centric, and highly flexible in nature. Okay, the 21st century higher education will be multidisciplinary in the educational offerings, and highly engaged with the local communities and globally networked. Okay, it's a question mark for it's a question I'm just putting in front of every faculty member. Are we doing community service? Should we do community service while the students are in the campus? Okay, So the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiatives of Government of India is ensuring, and even the AICT internship policy, what is this insisting to go to the villages, go to the local communities, and we must understand I have a dedicated slide for you that make you to realize the need of the sustainable products. Okay, highly engaged with the local communities and globally networked. Our network must be broad, but in the same time, we have to be communicated or connected with the local communities. Having innovation and entrepreneurship as major drivers, we were concentrating on exams, we are concentrating on getting a job placement. But what is given less priority is entrepreneurship. That is what till our country is in a developing stage. When India will become a developed nation, I will have a lot of slides for you to justify it. So how much percentage of industry or institution is giving for innovation activity? How much you are interested to bring make your students to be an entrepreneur? Okay, so having this, it is recommended as having innovation and entrepreneurship major drivers, not the examination and placements, and a demonstrator for conversion of knowledge to wealth. Okay, so are we converting our knowledge to wealth? So if you ask me where the knowledge knowledge are pooled in educational institutions, but we are not converting it into wealth. Okay, so we must have a system of converting a knowledge into wealth, and it must be student centric and flexible. I already said, okay, it must be student centric and it must be flexible. Always I remember the Indian constituency when it is flexible nature. Why don't we have flexible system? So if you look at the current status of Indian R&D, we are in the third position, but with a lot of marginalization. Now China 20.67, US 16.54, and though we are the third place in the 5.31. And India was a growing rate of 11% in scientific publication as compared to the world average is 40. Anyway, we are complimented because a lot of awareness given to higher education institutions, and keep on the affiliating universities and the statutory bodies like accreditation bodies like NBA and NAC are insisting. NIRF is another gift for us for improving or to know where we are standing among all the institutions in India. And educate the next generation of innovators and engineers. Okay, don't see your students as mere students. They are the potential innovators. Okay, so the future of technology depends upon nourishment of brilliant minds. How we are nourishing, apart from the regular the syllabus covering the content, the creation of opportunity and the civilization of the generation. Are we creating opportunity for the students to showcase their talent, or we are just concentrating on completing the syllabus and making them to write examination, helping them to get good marks and getting a placement? Okay, there are a lot of things apart from that, my dear faculty members. You need to follow all those things and energize innovation by celebrating technological excellence. Or we have the mechanism in our institutions of celebrating the technological excellence of our students. Technological innovation pushes the boundaries of thinking, breaks new ground, and improves life. Okay, and your support helps energize, encourage, and celebrate technological achievement and academic excellence. We have a lot of mechanisms to celebrate academic excellence. Do you have any mechanism in your campus to celebrate the technological achievement? It's a question I'm just putting in front of you. Think in such a way, and it will create a lot of this. And transformational changes in education through this NEP, NEET earlier only 11 languages they conducted examination in 11 languages. Now they have increased into 13 languages. Similarly, JEE main examination, earlier they were conducted in 3 languages, now conducting in 13 languages, and there's a proposal. And technological education in 8 regional languages in certain AICT approved institutions, and translation of reference material of courses in engineering regional language and our SWAYAM platform. Most of the languages like Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannadam, Orissa. These are the languages now. AICTS is taking a lot of initiatives of UGC and AICTS through SWAYAM platform, and there is a handbook of institutions that wish to apply for running program in regional languages, and some of the universities are started running the degree programs in the regional languages. Even in Anna University, Chennai, 2 to 3 branches BTech programs are offering in regional languages, Tamil regional languages. And so many positive things are there. So I'll devote a few slides for National Research Foundation. Okay, if you have any doubt so far, my dear participants, I'm willing to take up. My flow is okay. Is it understandable? Are you getting the expected input from me so far?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Thank you. Thank you. With the confirmation, I'm moving towards further with the National Research Foundation. So,
sure, sir. Sure.
Thank you. So it's a National Research Foundation. You know, the one of the initiatives of Government of India allotted 50,000 crore rupees for the National Research Foundation. It's a body where encourages and enriches researchers with creative innovation, and it will enhance entire skills of the research. And the Higher Education Minister recently said NRF envisage synergy between R&D, academia, and industry. Okay, always there must be a equal importance for research and development, academia, and industry. Okay, I have addressed in several industry institutions forum that there is a gap between the industry and the institutions. Okay, it is my argument in several forums is the student will be in the education institutions for 3 years or maximum 4 years if you are offering engineering. But the same students will contribute to the industry for the next 40 years. When we talk about industry institution interaction, but the state of art is institutions are moving, are going to industry, approaching industry, and that much in interest the industries are not showing towards institutions. Maybe there may be some argument. It is my observation. I'm just putting in front of you. If you realize it is fact, then you can type yes in the chat box. So, okay, my argument is students will be in the education institution for just 3 years or 4 years. The same students will be in the industry and contribute to industry for next 40 years. And who will be more, who have to contribute, who has to contribute more for the industry institution? It's my perception, my observation is industry has to contribute more for the industry institution interaction. Whereas the current scenario is institutions, we have industry institutions sell and encouraging and motivating and all aspects in institutions, but I don't think that much seriousness are available in industry. If you agree, yes, or if you disagree, type no in the chat box. Let me see your observation. Yes. Ganam Preet Vahdava, yes, sir, yes. Dr. Monita ma'am is saying yes. Deepthi madam saying yes. Okay. I'm not saying that industries, but involvement of the industry should be increased. It is my observation. And suppose if there is a industry institution conclave, if you attend, you would have observed, because out of my experience I'm sharing. So industry institution interaction or conclave will happen, where all the industry, all the academicians will be the participants, and the industrial people will be the delegations. Oh, this is another observation, my observation. Equal importance have not been given for academicians during the industry institution interaction. Okay, even I'm streaming in YouTube. If people are realizing it, equal importance must be given to academician. It is my suggestion to the people planning for industry institution conclave. Okay, so R&D, academic, and industry, and this should go in a same line. So the government has taken initiative of promoting this through the National Research Foundation. The objective of National Research Foundation is establishing a new funding research proposal through rigorous peer review. Because you may ask that a lot of AICT and DST are funding. That is, according to me, that's not sufficient for our need. And after talking about the IIC, after talking about ARIA and so many things, all the faculty members are triggered to do a research, and the motivating factor, if we provide funds, seed fund and everything, that would be the motivating factor for the faculty members to do their research. And building research capacity at all university and colleges. Normally, people will say that the funding opportunity, even the government institutions will get funding in self-financing of the other institutions, private institutions, very difficult. That kind of scenario must be changed, and everybody must be treated equally. That is what they are focusing on, rigorous peer review and creating beneficial linkages among government, industry, and research, recognizing outstanding research funding by National Research Foundation through awards and national seminars. Even this point, I just want to concentrate, creating beneficial linkages among government, industry, researchers. The most of the industries are now coming forward. Earlier, IBM used to conduct the Great Mind Challenge. Even 2009, 2010, 11, they have started. Similar programs, even most of the industries are doing. This kind of programs will definitely. But thing is, it is not reaching to all the institutions. So this National Research Foundation will definitely, Recourse Research Foundation will definitely help to connect the dots. The government have a lot of funding opportunity. The government has a lot of avenues for research, and industries have a lot of opportunities for research. And in order to tap it properly, we need this foundation. And considering India as the fastest developing country, expert proposed a new research center. It is concentrating on science, technology, social science, arts, and humanities. And look at this slide and know the importance of what direction we need to travel. The national importance of permitting culture, research, and innovation. Okay, so what is recommended is the societal changes that India need to address today is clean drinking water and sanitation, quality education and healthcare, improved transportation, air quality, energy, infrastructure. Okay, so I just want to tell you some of the statement made by our Honorable Prime Minister during this final round of Smart India Hackathon 2020. He said, Atal Tinkering Labs, I Create, and other initiatives are propelling innovation in the country. So where the Atal Tinkering Labs are there? In schools. I Create and other initiatives in higher education institutions are propelling innovation in the country. No, we need to realize the power of our students. We need to realize the power of the young minds. Okay. If you give them an opportunity, because the institution, IRM institution is witnessing that. I will explain a case study. And Prime Minister again said, I urge the youth to look at innovations that will benefit countries all over the world, not just India. Okay, we need to concentrating our local community, but in the same time, we have to supply the need of the globe. And we are currently witnessing an infrastructure revolution, a space revolution, and a talent revolution, and every sector in India is growing. Okay, and you and me are, the trend has been totally changed. The scenario is not been where 10 years or 15 years before. Everywhere infrastructure revolution is happening, space revolution is happening, talent revolution is happening. If you look at the websites of AICT, UGC, Ministry of Education, and all the universities and institutions, everywhere the talent hunting is happening. The idea pitching is happening. Why it is all happening? Because now we have realized that the ideas, the generation of generating ideas at schools and colleges are more powerful. The future of India will depend on the innovation and work done by the youth. He admitted that the future of India will depend on innovations and work done by the youth. It is not depend on the so-called corporates. Okay. Earlier we believed on corporates and others, and the bureaucrats and the politicians. Now the future of India will depend on innovation and work done by the youth, said by our Honorable Prime Minister. Okay. And one of the recent interview, 1 year back, the interview, Mr. Narayana Murthy, he said, India must solve its grand challenges before thinking in terms of global leadership. In terms of globally, what do you mean by global leadership? What are the grand challenges in front of you? Okay, this is what I just said, in my previous slide. Clean drinking water and sanitation is a grand challenge. Quality education and healthcare is a grand challenge in front of you. Improved transportation is a challenge. Air quality, energy, infrastructure. Okay, I'll show you some of the current scenario. The challenge in front of you is if you take the capital for India, every winter, this is the situation. For the past 50 years, we are facing this. We don't have any workable solution for this. Air is toxic. Air is toxic. Even the schools will be shut down, colleges will be shut down, and we don't have any proper technology or workable solution for this challenge. If this is the situation of capital of India, would you like to know the situation of capital of Tamil Nadu during the monsoon season? So this is a typical picture I have taken from the net during the monsoon period. Okay, even next week we are expecting, this week, end of this, we are expecting a heavy rainfall in Chennai. So we do not know. Even the last 15, even I am witnessing the 1 inch, or sorry, one half feet rainwater came inside our home. We were expecting it. It came inside our house midnight. Okay, last 15, November 15th, and so totally hall, kitchen. Luckily, we were staying in our living rooms or in first floor and second floor, much affected, but it takes around 15 days to settle back, and we, bought food from outside for a hotel order for food from hotel. This is what the situation. We don't have any workable. Now the corporation is working a lot to change this situation. Hope this will be changed within 2 to 3 years. We strongly believe, because some of the revolutions are happening in Chennai, and the government is taking a lot of initiatives of the water resource management. And another challenge in front of you, serious scarcity of potable water in the country. We have 80% of the people are living in village. The people, those who are living in urban area, may get water by just opening the tap, but it is not the situation of all the people. Most of the villages, the people, those who are living in villages, this is the situation. We don't have proper technology. This is another challenge in front of you. I have another challenge I will tell you. We have polluted our water reservoirs a lot by throwing our plastics and other things. Though we are constantly being warned by the natural love, the people and the social activities, we are not following it. We are not segregating our waste. We are not segregating our waste from the home. We are not segregating as degradable, biodegradable, non-degradable, hazardous things. Simply throwing everything outside. We strongly believe that cleaning our house is clean, no? But in the name of cleaning our house, we are just throwing in on the street, and we are making the street polluted. Okay, so these are the challenges. I have given 4 challenges in front of us. Okay, it is our responsibility. But amidst of that, we have produced lot of leaders, as Narayana Murthy sir said, global leaders. I can call them as global leaders. Sundar Pichai, the Prag Agarwal, Satya Nadella, and the list is now increasing. These they are all studied their programs in national institutions, in the subsidy rate. Underline the word subsidy rate, and simply started working for the developed nations. Okay, but if you take the statistics, around 20% of the people are moving from India to abroad. 15 to 20% of the people. My dear participants, remaining 80 to 90% of people have decided to live in India. 80 to 90% of the people are decided to live in India and work for India and die for India. Okay, would you like to know the expectation of the remaining people? I will list out the expectation of the remaining 80% of the people. Reasonable quality air, clean water, reasonable quality health care, safety for women and children. They want affordable housing, reasonable quality transportation, reasonable quality schooling and college education for their children, hassle-free public governance. Do not want any harassment from bribe-seeking petty officials. These are all the expectations of the remaining people. Those who have decided to, people like you and me, have decided to live in India, work for India, and die for India. You know, who is going to meet the expectation of the remaining 80 to 90% of the people? The next stage is to make our higher education system more useful to solving the grand challenges of country, and make it attractive for foreigners. And it is in your hand. The higher education institution must come one step forward of doing this. That is what innovation is required. That is for research and development. Where we are starting a research is a question mark. I will tell you where you are supposed to start your research. It is not hard for all of us. You have to witness India's overcame lot of things. Now our agriculture productivity has improved. We need to thank Professor Swaminathan. When India got independent in 1947, you know, people were struggled a lot for their food. You know, the people have, like Professor Swaminathan, have made lot of revolution. Now even in 90s he is living. You can surf internet, what kind of things he introduced various lot of rices and other grains, and that increased our agriculture and productivity. And you know, we have overcame the polio, measles, TB, and other diseases. And you know, if you take the software which we are generating and exporting, it is something around $90 billion to $100 billion. It's a great success of our nation. And during this pandemic period, you know, India is one of the few countries developed their own vaccination, and we have saved several lakhs of people all over the world. You know, during the first wave, we have successfully overcome. And just before the second wave, you know, the vaccines we produced, we have supplied to the other nations, to save others' life. You know, we struggled a little in second wave. Even I am one of the challengers. And the third wave, we have successfully overcame, because almost crores and crores people have taken their vaccination. People have taken vaccinations, then first vaccination 1, 2, and the booster. Now we are surviving, and you and me are witnessing. And we have made remarkable achievements in space engineering also. Okay, and so since it's all talk about the technology, I just want to say some of the online tools are available to test your thing. So online white test is a platform where what you can test your knowledge. It is available in all domains. So I will go to that website. Could you please confirm that the particular website is visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. Okay, this is an online tool or free tool. Teachers can take a diagnosis test. Okay, to test your knowledge. Sometimes you may be English teacher and you can take your test here, and at the end you will get your score, and you will. It's a kind of testing or diagnosing our knowledge level, and for all domains: general knowledge, engineering, science, communication, aptitude, programming, core Java, C++. Computer basics, computer system, cultural and arts, home science we have. Okay, it's a free tool. Our website's available for everyone. So if you go for engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, civil engineering, okay, so you can introduce this to your student and you can engage them. Okay, so 1 or 2 hours monthly, 1 or 2 hours, you can introduce this kind of tool to a student. You can ask them to take a test during the class time, since nowadays students are bringing their mobile phone in the classroom, so that you can so design and creativity, AutoCAD, content writing. So you can, any topic of your interest, you can take and take the diagnosis test, and you will test your knowledge level. And IEEE is a wonderful platform where you and your students will get a lot of benefits. A lot of societies are available. Digital library is available. Okay, so be an active member in IEEE so that you will get a lot of benefits. And the NPTEL and is funded by the Ministry of Education, now the government of Ministry of Education, Government of India. You know, various topics are available where you can enhance your knowledge. SWAYAM is another platform where a teacher can take. It's a certification program. Teacher and students can be a part of this SWAYAM, and virtual labs are the next advantage of these. So virtual labs are introduced. These virtual labs were very much useful during this pandemic period. A lot of simulation softwares are available for engineering, arts and science. So you can be a part of the virtual lab. And the Talk to Teacher is another award-winning platform. Then spoken tutorial, IIT Bombay spoken tutorial. Be a part of this spoken tutorial so that you can e-Yamtra. So if you are interested, or if students are interested in robotics, it's a very good platform of Government of India, e-Yamtra platform. And SOS software and simulation packages, various software and simulation packages are available in SOS tools platform. MOOC, massive open online programs are available. You teachers can make use of it. And Khan Academy is a free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. Okay, so you can make use of Khan Academy. And Coursera, another platform. So during the pandemic period, Coursera has opened for free of cost. You know, one of our institution student has become the world record. And the National Institute for Technical Teachers Training is offering 8 modules. The module 1 is talking about orientation towards the technical education and curriculum aspects. Module 2, professional ethics and sustainable development. Module 3, communication skill and modes and knowledge dissemination. Module 4, institutional planning and delivery. Module 5, technology enabled learning and lifelong self-learning. Module 6, student assessment and evaluation. Module 7, creative problem solving, innovation and meaningful R&D. Module 8, institutional management and administrative procedures. So any faculty, if the faculty members are advised to go for this module, and if you get certificate on really studied and get certificate on all the modules, will be because for school teachers we have a technical institution or training institutions. So the kindergarten teachers will not be allowed without completing Montessori training, and primary and secondary school level without be a Bachelor of Education, they cannot be a teacher. But if you come to higher education institutions without a teacher training, we are just come for teaching. Okay, so these kind of programs, keeping this in mind, the government of India has introduced these programs for technical teachers to know about the system, to know about the expectation of the country, to know about the various teaching and learning methods, the innovations, the problem solving, institutional management and administrative procedures. Okay, so even assessment, how to perform the assessment, how to get the assessment, everything is being taught in the 8 modules. I encourage teachers to be part of it and get trained from the National Institute of Technical Teachers Education. And NASCOM Future Skills, another initiatives of governments. We call it as $1 trillion digital economy initiative of government. Be part of it and get a benefit out of it. Internationalization is another topic we need to discuss. The large number of students are moving from India to abroad for higher education, and if you, it is our responsibility. And in 2019, 750,000 students have traveled from India to abroad for higher education, and the increase seat capacity 50% all premium institutions by 2024. This is the initiative taken by Government of India in the name of study in India and stay in India and study in India. If you make students to stay in India, that much infrastructure facility, that's what I mentioned, 21st century infrastructure. If you provide 21st century infrastructure, if your institution is equipped with fulfilled with the 21st century faculty members, then students will not travel from India to abroad for higher education. They will stay in India and study for India. So it is another challenge in front of you. Education institution must upgrade to meet the expectation of the students of flying from India to abroad. Last week we have a program. We had a program at our campus, organized by our institution collaboration with Gulf Global Emerging Leadership Program, Canada. The president is Mr. Omar Karim, and this is the brochure just for information. The 20 delegation from Canada, they have came to India, and they have been in India for 20 days and visited around 10 institutions all over the country. From even Chandigarh is one of the, they had one program at Chandigarh, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Kochi, Chennai, and so on. Okay, so we have received 20 delegations from Canada, and they have conducted the panel of discussion for our students. In a single day, we had an opportunity for the 2,400 first year students to participate, and we had parallel programs. All our seminar halls and auditoriums were filled with the students. These delegates were addressed to our students about their programs. Parallel, they have conducted workshops, and they have awarded our students a Global Leadership Award. Global Leadership Award has been awarded to our students. These are the opportunities, my dear faculty members. Whenever you get an opportunity, don't miss it. You do not know when this opportunity will knock your door next time. So the moment you sense there is an opportunity, don't miss the opportunity. And these are the photos that were taken during the program. See, this is our chairman of Sai Ram Group of Institution, Dr. Sai Prakash Liamuthu. And this is Mr. Omar Karim from Canada, is the president of Global Emerging Leadership Program. We have signed the MOU. Sai Ram Institution signed, Gulf Canada have signed the MOU for international internship, student exchange program, and faculty exchange program. You could see almost all the delegations. We have honored them with the sandal garlands, shawls, and the memento. We have given the bronze memento, the statue of the Mahabalipuram architect building, the temple, and made up of bronze. Okay, so you could see some of the delegations here, and so this is how we have conducted the Canadian program, hosted the Canadian program in Sai Ram campus. And why I'm saying is, whenever you get an opportunity, you are supposed to encourage them. You are supposed to bring people, and this kind of exposure we must provide to our students to know about the international standards. And if you get an opportunity to visit abroad, don't hesitate to visit abroad universities and learn the best practices of those universities, and try to implement it in your institutions. That will help the younger generations. Okay, now just I'm moving to research and intellectual property. So as I mentioned earlier, gone all the days we were concentrating on education. And now, the startups and intellectual property are the major pillars of higher education institutions. The 5 years or 10 years before, we are not thinking about this kind of initiatives, but we started realizing the startups and intellectual properties are going to play a vital role in the future, especially in higher education institutions. So what is needed is innovation. What is needed is innovation. Before innovation, we must know what is discovery and invention. Columbus discovered America. Vasco da Gama discovered India. These are all the discoveries. It's already been in existence. They found something which is already in existence. Okay. Invention is nothing but Thomas Alva Edison invented electric bulb. So he found something new. He invented something new, which has not been already in existence. What is innovation is nothing but we are not using the same bulb which has been invented by Thomas Alva Edison. So we made some changes, consider some of the factors like energy conservation, and we are using now LED bulbs. So that is an innovation from the bulb invented by Thomas Alva Edison. This is what innovation. Innovation is everywhere. Any innovation, if you want, even if you want to make some innovation in the pen, you can make some innovation. And if you want to make some kind of innovation in the mug, you can make some kind of innovation. If you feel that this is not helping to fold because one finger is not sufficient to hold, so I have to increase this diameter. If you feel that increasing the diameter is a kind of innovation, and you could see that it is not a raw mug. On top of it, we have printed the sustainable development goals, UN sustainable goals, 17 goals plus. It's a Sairam motto, sustainable development goals, the SAP we have invented, Sairam sustainable development programs, action programs. Okay, so it's a kind of innovation. Okay, so even if you want to make something on the flowers, you can make some innovation over there. So I want to tell you that what is innovation? Innovation is equal to invention multiplied by commercialization. Invention multiplied by commercialization. What is invention? Your new idea. What is commercialization? Once the idea, if you are not launching it to the market, if you are not selling, then you cannot claim it as an innovation. So if you have innovation, you can go for startups. What is the difference between startups and entrepreneurship? From 0 year to 3 to 5 years, we call any business unit as startup. Both are business units. Both are the business unit. And during this period, people struggle a lot so that the people can, the angel investors and venture capitalists will support by providing seed fund and workspaces. Even the education institutions now, the technological business incubator, if you have, you can call the startup enablers to set up the startups in your campus by providing some kind of workspace for free of cost and seed fund for supporting their startups. Once the startup is functioning and started generating fund, it will become enterprise. It will enterprise. So enterprise, when your business will become enterprise, it will become an entrepreneurship, and you will become an entrepreneur. Okay. So this is the difference between startups and entrepreneurship. For all this, what is required is intellectual property, right? Because your idea should not be copied by somebody for over a period of time. If you are not protected your intellectual property, somebody will steal your property and they will surpass your business, but you cannot claim anything from him. If you have protected through patent publication, then nobody can copy, nobody can. If they caught, they have to compensate with a good compensation. Okay, this is all about the research and just I crushed and put it in a nutshell and given to you. If you ask me to talk about research and intellectual property, I will talk about for a day. That much content I have. And the government initiatives, so you and me are witnessing the IIC, ARIA, Put 2.0, Kabila, the various initiatives of government of India. And hope your institution, you are part of IIC. If you are part of IIC, please type yes or no. Please, if are you part of your institution is part of the IIC? No, Deepthi ma'am is saying no. This is the right time. This is the right time. I will help you to be a part of IIC. And IIC, through IIC, you can make a lot of changes among the faculty members. And IIC is conducting Innovation Ambassador program. Every faculty member can become an Innovation Ambassador. Because I'm talking with the capacity of Innovation Ambassador. I have been trained by Minister of Education through IIC. So these are the facilities are available. And so even after the session, you can contact me. I will help you to go for IIC. And Kapila is a program where intellectual property, you can go for the up to 10 intellectual property filed in institution name. You can claim the reimbursement. Okay. So that is what the Kabila scheme. And for your kind information, the earlier institution patent charge was around 40,000. Now it is reduced to the normal patent submission. Okay, individual patent submission. Need not worry about it. So help your students to come up with, create a platform for your students to come up with various, what I say, innovations, and you will enjoy the benefits. And these are all the three things are interconnected. NISP, National Innovation and Startup Policy, then followed by IIC, and ARIA is the recognition. Based on your implementation, you will be rated, your work will be recognized. Yukti 2.0 is another platform of Government of India, Ministry of Education, where you can submit your ideas as a faculty member or student, or education institution on behalf of education institutions, or any startups or institution in incubation if you have. Okay, this is a website, yuktimic.gov.in. And your ideas can be posted or in the for mentorship and sponsorship. The Minister of Education will review your ideas, and based on the richness, it will guide you properly by providing mentorship or sponsorship. These are the sectors ideas have been submitted so far to Yukti 2.0, water sanitation, waste management, tourism and hospitality, technologies for grassroots impact, robotics and drones, renewable and affordable energy, aerospace, fashion and tech, healthcare and pharma. So every, any field, any sectors can go for. And this is the state-wise distribution. This distribution was visualized 2 years back. Tamil Nadu was on top with 6,425 submissions. Maharashtra is in the second place of 2,749. Karnataka in 2,703. So it is going on. You can see your Chandigarh, the number of submission is 183, and Bihar 104. The Chhattisgarh is 183, and Chandigarh is 72. Okay, so if you post, your state count will increase. Okay, and tomorrow there must be, as my assumption, expectation is they will give a visualization, institution-wise distribution or visualization. If you want your institutions must come on top, you have to contribute a lot. And I always, since IRAM institution is promoting sustainable development goals, and there are 17 sustainable development goals, and no poverty, zero hunger, health, good health and well-being. So I can, because due to time constraint, I am not able to talk much on sustainable development goals, but I have my YouTube channel where you can see a lot of information. And this industry innovation infrastructure is highly related to the NEP 2020, and increasing the innovation infrastructure and industrialization. No, without technology and innovation, industrialization will not happen. So without industrialization, development will not happen. So what is concluded is investment in high-tech products that increase efficiency in manufacturing. Okay, it is applicable to education institutions. Our infrastructure speaks a lot. How strong in our infrastructure, that speaks a lot for the innovation, research, and technology. So I just want to I just want to pull all your attention here. You know, the problem is the though we have a lot of institutions and we are producing a lot of graduates every year. The problem is we are not starting our projects from the right place. Okay, there's a saying that if you start your project from a journal or a conference paper, it will end up at as a conference paper. In other words, I can say that if you originate your problem at library, your end product will land it at library in the form of another paper, journal. Okay, rather you are encouraged to start or originate your project from the village or from the society or from the industry. Why not? You can originate your idea from your own kitchen, from your own garden. If your project is originated from these places, it will end up where it has been from where it has been originated. Suppose if you originate a problem from the village, it will go to village as a product. This was the major problem, and we have realized it. And this is the right time to realize. And don't encourage your students to generate a problem from a journal or a paper. So rather, you can encourage them to go to village, go to society, go to industry, go to their kitchen and garden. What product, what system, what process will help our community? So if you do it, we will get sustainable products. And Fresh Paper is an initiative of Kavita Sukla. Kavita Sukla is settled in the United States of America. Origin is India, Indian origin. This is her grandma. This is childhood picture of Kavita Sukla. And you know, her idea given as part of her PG program was a fresh paper. Fresh paper is all about a paper which is used to preserve the vegetables and fruits. You and me are witnessing how much amount of food we are wasting every time. If you go to a market, tons of vegetables and food are being wasted because of poor technology or preservation, don't have preservative mechanism. Am I right? So she proposed, she originated it from her grandma, taught her how to preserve things. You can see, even if you want to protect sugar from ants, what you can do, if you put a piece of cinnamon inside the sugar tin, the ant will not come. Okay, so that struck her mind, and she wanted to make a fresh paper made up of spices, organic spices. So now she become an entrepreneur, leading business women in United States. And if you want to know more information, you can surf internet, Fresh Paper and Kavita Sukla. I have a video for that, but I don't have time to run right now. Okay. And another innovation, I just want to say that the Sense Smart S folding umbrella. It maybe looks very small. Now during this rainy season, so those who are traveling in two-wheeler will experience. Those who are sitting behind, you know, if you hold an umbrella, your bike will go to one side and your umbrella will go to another side. Okay, taken this as a problem statement, and they come up with a new design without compromising the quality. They have made some changes in the design, and it is this type of umbrella with withhold the 60% kilometer per wind. And another innovation, we are not concentrating on those things. So left hand side, I have put the normal floor mat, and right hand side is an imported floor mat from China. You know, normally we go to shop to buy floor mat, automatically we'll buy the right hand side imported floor mat because of this attractiveness. Why this kind of innovations are not happening? Because we were not concentrated on bringing innovation on these things. But a country is doing research and innovation on small things and exporting those things to our country. We are importing it and we are buying, and we are supporting their economy and we are not supporting our economy. So encourage your student to come up with this kind of idea. It may be small, but encourage them to come up with innovation. Innovation can make innovation at anywhere. Okay, so support your MSME. This is how we can support our MSME. If you have a technology business center through which you can promote and you can support the community also. So these are the pictures taken from Massachusetts Institute of Technology, how they are working for meeting the local community. These are the examples. So in Sairam, to promote in our institution, we have a competition-based model focusing on STG, Sairam STG Ideathon in the first year, Sairam STG Solvathon in the second year, Sairam STG Innovathon in the third year, and Sairam STG Inspirathon in the final year. First year itself, we are encouraging them to come up with ideas, generating ideas. We are teaching them critical thinking. So they will, the first year competition evaluation is purely based on how big their ideas and how it is supportive the sustainable development goals. And second year, they will come to the same idea to second year, where the feasibility study will be checked, and with design thinking, will teach them design thinking, boot camps on technological training, accelerator programs. Same idea will come to third year, where they will be encouraged to develop prototype and evaluation, the how innovative it is. So we are not checking any innovation in first year, second year, checking innovation in the third year. When they come to final year, that will become their final year project. They will develop a product. And Inspirathon is nothing but how they inspiring through patent publication, paper publication, setting up of startups. There's a model, a well-accepted model. We are implementing it in our campus. And we used to conduct Sairam Innovation Clinic for promoting the patent, how a patient is approaching a doctor. Similarly, without any presentation, students will come for the discussion, and we will help them to convert that idea in the patentable idea. So my dear faculty members, so I strongly believe that after this session, your perception will get another shape. You know, so far you may be concentrating on a lot of things, but I encourage you to concentrate on these areas in the future. So your research or the project, when you talk about students, introduce them sustainable development goals, ask them to think about the requirement of the local community. These areas will help the students avoid plastic, no poverty, zero hunger, physical health, quality education, gender equality. These are the avenues students can strengthen. And I just want to tell you, I'm going to complete by another 2 minutes. Uber, the world's largest taxi company, owns no vehicle. Facebook, world's largest popular media owner, creates no content. Alibaba, the most valuable retailer, has no inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, owns no real estate. It's all came from bright ideas when they were when they were very young. Our campus was filled with young students, and it's a responsibility of us to provide right platform for the students to bring to nourish and to come up with their own bright ideas. I strongly recommend these two statements. I personally written these statements to higher education institution, even to the government of India. I just want to communicate to India need an innovation ecosystem to attract potential engineers rather than exporting them to developed nations. So my second recommendation is setting up of startup must be a criteria for the partial fulfillment of any degree in India. So far, completing a project is the criteria for partial fulfillment of degree. But every student, if they think about startup, and institution is encouraging them to helping them to set up a startup. If setting up a startup will become the criteria for the completion of the degree, in a quick period of time, because my grandfather studied India is a developing country, my father studied India is a developing country, I have studied India is a developing country, even my son is also studying India is a developing country. When it is going to be the developed country, without this, we cannot, the sustainable product development, meeting the locals by the locals, and the setting up of the most startups will improve the economy of our country. And innovation leads to new creations lead to bigger action lead to progress of nation. I have YouTube channel. where you can find 70 to 80 videos on various topics like NEP, intellectual property, the innovation, then the other areas. Okay, you can surf and you can get benefit. And this is my contact details. Like for any professional assistance, you can contact me. I'm willing to contribute for the as part of the nation building. Once again, I thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity given to me to interact with the faculty members. Thank you. Over to the organizers. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now.
Thank you, sir. The session is open for questions. If any of my colleagues wants to ask anything from sir, please, you may ask.
I have one doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. You once mentioned that every institute has to maintain some sort of linkage with local communities.
Yeah.
Can you enlighten us how the ways we can get connect with these local communities as
Yes,
institutions?
Yes, ma'am. You can see the website Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is a scheme of Government of India, and they are encouraging education institutions to be part of these activities. And you can adopt any villages nearby your institution. Guidelines are there. Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Please note it down. Unnat Bharat Abhiyan.
Okay, sir.
If you surf the internet and if you go to the website, you will get a lot of information. I can refer many things, but this initiatives of Government of India is directly you can go to village and you can be part of their development. And every state having a state institute for rural development and Panchayat Raj. You can say Tamil Nadu we have a state, and similarly every state we have one institute. The name of the institute is State Institute for Rural Development and Panchayat Raj, SIRD and PR, SIRD and PR, where you can get a lot of information. You can, every institute has directors. You as a representative of the institution can go and meet the directors and tell your willingness. We wanted to work with you for the community, so that they will give you the various plans they have. And if you both work together, we can do wonders. Got it now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Like, ours is a women college. We are affiliated to, Punjab University.
Yes, ma'am.
And as you said that we should try to focus on more of entrepreneurial skills development among the students.
Yes.
So at the college level, we are organizing many kind of workshops and seminars, and even we are organizing some kind of events also, where through which we can include and encourage the student for these skills.
Yes, ma'am.
You kindly can you guide us, like what kind of activities we should try to focus so that we can have these kind of skills inbuilt in the student before they complete their graduation from our campus?
Yeah. Actually, what we are doing is we are conducting programs, and it is normally wherever I go, I suggest that we are not worrying about the outcome. We are not worrying about the outcome. We are focusing on conducting the events. Even if you ask the institutions, they may say that we have conducted this much program, that much program. And if you ask the outcome is very, very, very less. Very less. You have to identify the interested students, this system which we have introduced in Saram educational institutions. So when they give their idea, their domain wise we will distribute them, and goal wise we will distribute them. And most of the hesitation of the student is, if I go for entrepreneurship, I may not be allowed for placement. And we have given the assurance to students that we are focusing on one student, one startup. Every student, when they complete their graduation, and they have to set up a startup. It doesn't mean that they have to run the startup. Once they set up the startup, they can surrender it to the incubation center of the institution, where the institution will incubate it and hand over it to the investors. There are a lot of investors are around the so in the society. They want good ideas and they are ready to invest anything. So we have to provide this kind of platform for them. Conducting 1 hour program, 1 year in workshop may not help you. You need to constantly watch their performance and know your interest. These are all the avenues. Even if it is small, you are supposed to allow students to do this program, things. Always the problem is we are already rigid with our education system. We are concentrating on the end semester examination, external examination. We are very much worried about what the external examiner will ask during the viva. So some kind of bold decision we have to take to implement all those things. And if you know the interest and the students are trained according to the interest, definitely. And this program, first year, we will not give any clue for the students, any mentorship for the students. Students themselves come up with ideas. Normally in education institutions, they will think about their project in the final year or at the end of the third year. When they reach the end of the third year or final year, they have lot of pressures for their placement, completing areas and so on. The first year, they're fresh mind. They will bring ideas. So if they bring that ideas and a guide is allotted to you after according to their interest, then if the student is mingling with the students and both the faculty and the students are contributing equally for the development, then you can nurture the students in the same domain. So end of the fourth year or the third year, it will become a complete product. And that's the best way of converting idea into innovation or entrepreneurship. And you can conduct boot camps. So various programs are available, accelerator programs. The thing is, need to identify the interested students. But if you ask me whether you have implemented it for interested students, no, we have implemented it for all the students. We made it compulsory for all the students. Since our institution is an autonomous institution, we have integrated with our curriculum. Hope I have answered your questions, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any other question? Everyone is writing in the chat box, a very informative session.
Oh, I missed to see your chat box. Okay, super.
Thank you, sir, for your enriching talk and dwelling on the details of the National Education Policy. Your statement of teaching 21st century graduates with 20th century syllabus and 19th century teaching style has definitely opened the minds of my colleagues. We have a good takeaway from your lecture today, and I feel it must have tinkered the thinking process of all my colleagues. On behalf of Madam Principal and all the staff members, I extend my heartfelt thanks to you for enlightening us and giving us and guiding us on the sensitive areas where we can work and ensure a better India. Thank you, sir, once again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I have a YouTube channel. I encourage faculty members. Even this session, I am streaming in my YouTube channel. I will share the link to you. Kindly pass on to all the participants.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Thank
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
you.